Hello, everyone. I'm Kerry George with CIBN Connect, and today I am going to talk about a subject that is near and dear to my heart, how to make more money. And I know a lot of people are in a position where they need to make more money, and I'm going to tell you how I recently just added $3,000 a month, every month, month after month after month, to my bottom line revenue in my company. And I know for a lot of you, if you actually followed the plan of what I'm going to lay out here, you could do that in your company. But I know for some of you also watching today, you may not be in a position where you could implement this exact strategy because maybe it doesn't apply to your business. So I'm going to talk about some other things that I've done over the years that have helped me to raise that bottom line revenue very quickly. And that some of these ideas are things that you could do no matter what kind of a business you have, or even if you don't have one. I have some ideas for you how you could actually raise another $3,000 a month that would come in every month. So here's the thing. Many people have never really explored this idea of residual income, and they look at it like it's some kind of woo-woo out there, where they're not going to be able to reach it. Or maybe I'm going to tell you about how to join a network marketing company or something, but I'm not actually going to talk about that, although I don't think that's a horrible idea if you have no money coming in or not enough. It's not horrible, but that's not what I did. And that's not what I'm going to share with you right now. I'm going to share with you some ways that you in your business or in your life could get ongoing perpetual income to come in, and pretty quickly. Okay, because for many people, it's a turnaround point. They needed to have this happen right away. You can't just sit around and wait for someday and I hope it will happen and dreaming and scheming and all of that kind of stuff. No, this is very practical information that you're going to be able to use and utilize right away. And I'm going to be talking at different levels here, because first I'm going to share the strategy that I use personally in my business. And I do have an existing business and I was able to do this pretty quickly, but not everybody is in that position. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys too after that. So just hold on if this is not hitting your hot button. Okay, so let me tell you what I did recently as I realized revenue had gone down. And when you own a business, sometimes, revenue goes like this and it goes up, and then things happen and it goes down. Maybe, costs of goods could go up. That could cause that, right? There's a variety of different reasons why it could go down. Inflation could cause, your earning power to be less. There's a whole bunch of different reasons. In our case, we have a membership subscription-based business. And when we're out there, getting members to join, it goes up, 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 up like this. And then if we kind of lay off a little bit, it starts going down a few, quit here, and this one goes there. And, and also costs and expenses could be going up while that's happening. And I know for us over, Christmas and the beginning of January, we had some big plans. I invested some money in some big tools. So it's like, okay, I need to bring in some more bottom line revenue. So where will I get it? Well, the first thing to do, if you have a company already and you're looking for this bottom line revenue to come in an ongoing way, the first thing you should do is what I did. I went and looked at the numbers from last year, and I went to look at what things worked in the past that I could quickly implement that would, give me some increase in revenue pretty fast. So I examined what some of the programs were that we run last year. And there was a couple of things that I saw right away when I was looking at the numbers. One was that I had a program that I had ran that I didn't realize how much money it made. It made like $80,000. And I was like, wow, that was a good one. We should do that. We should do more of that, And I was like, I could implement that one like right away. So that was the first clue I had. I was like, okay, this was something I did in the past. If I went and redid it and duplicated what I did before, that should bring up bottom line revenue right away. There was a second program that I saw that we had done last year, and I've done it for 2 years in a row. It's our affiliate program. And our affiliate program had brought in only 5% of the overall revenue in 2020. But in 2021, it had brought in 30% of all the earnings of CIBN Connect. So I was like, oh, that's cool. That's improving. So not only did I figure out a way to increase revenue in this month by just doing the steps of something that had worked before, I also saw a second program that's like, okay, if I put more time and energy in that this year, that will raise revenue by a lot. Okay, that one actually is $1 million one. That will actually go up because when I scale that out, I can actually see where that's going to go. Now, I have a big business and I have people who work for me, and I have lots of stuff going on. We have multiple meetings happening every year. And I'm at a place there where I can start with something. Now, I know somebody watching may not be at that place. So don't worry. I'm going to come back to you in a minute and talk about how you could implement small things that would actually increase your revenue by $3,000 a month as well. But before I do that, let me tell you a little story about why I know this stuff. Because why would I know this? You see, most business owners, they have their thing that they do. They have their product they produce or their service that they have, and they're really good at that. But they may not know how to get more clients, how to increase revenue. They may not know how to plug the holes when something is actually losing money. They may not be able to see that. Why do I know that? Why do I actually understand that stuff? I'm going to tell you why. Because I run a networking organization and we have masterminds. And these things happen every month. I have 3 masterminds at least every month. And I've been doing this for over a decade. And as I've been in mastermind brainstorming strategy sessions with other business owners from all kinds of industries and backgrounds, I've picked up a few things. So what has happened over this last decade of being involved in masterminds is I've gotten a lot smarter. And it wasn't my brains, actually. It was because I surrounded myself with really incredible people. And as I surrounded myself with them and their genius became my genius. I say all the time, I haven't had an original thought in years. And that's because I've read a lot of books. I've taken a lot of courses, and I mean a lot. Like I read 70 books a year. Courses, I take courses every year. And when I take a course, I implement the course. I won't actually allow myself to take another course until that course stuff is actually being used in my organization and it's showing profit. It's like Kerry's not allowed to just run from course to course to course, because I could. I'm a education junkie. I love to be learning, but just learning and not applying doesn't make money. So I've learned over the years that if I want to continue to have a successful business, I have to apply. I can't just be going and learning. I have to actually put that stuff into practice. But besides the books I have read and the courses that I take, the people that I surround myself, that's actually the most brilliant part of it. At CIBN Connect, which you find at thecibn.com, when you join as a member, you surround yourself with all kinds of knowledgeable business people who have done this before. And the mistakes that you miss, oh, wow. I mean, you just can't help but become more successful by being surrounded by people like that. And then in our mastermind program, we get together at least 2-3 times a month in an evening, and we work on our businesses from a strategy point of view, looking down on it, figuring out like what to do next. And we've been doing that for years. And I've been in just about all of those meetings. So if you can imagine, I've been in more than 2,000 mastermind meetings, and I have facilitated the majority of them. So yeah, I've surrounded myself with all these brilliant people, and I've gotten smarter as a result. And so today I can actually look at any business or any individual, and I can tell you immediately how you can add another $3,000 to your revenue. Okay. So if you're watching this video right now, you'll see my phone number is actually in the information there, 403-397-1909. And I would recommend, if you're trying to make $3,000 a month and I don't cover it here right now, how to do it for you, send me a text and let's talk, because let's find out how you can make $3,000 more month revenue, because I am pretty sure that I know how. I have seen so much, thousands of businesses a year. I've been in more than 6,000 networking meetings, watching more than 6,000 presentations from business owners in industries of all kinds for more than a decade. And I run with some pretty big, successful guys. Okay, so we know how to make money. So now let's talk about a few other ideas. So one of the things that I was able to implement is because I have a membership subscription-based business. Now, not everybody has that, but a lot of people could have that and they don't realize it. And they're leaving that money on the table. When a membership subscription-based business is something that definitely can bring in residual income that grows over time. And if you implement the right kinds of programs, it can actually grow pretty quickly. So you see, just recently when I ran a little program, I did an email launch. I did lives about it every day. I had a strategy of exactly what I was going to do. And over 1 week's time, I brought in enough members that it raised revenue $3,000 a month, month after month after month for my business for the next X number of months or years. Okay. That was what I did. Now, many people that I start working with, they'll say, well, I don't have that. Sometimes when I'm looking at your business, I quickly realize you could do that and you don't realize that you could. Okay. And there's different ways of implementing it. So I'm going to give you an example here. Let's say you own a restaurant and you're like, well, that wouldn't work for me. I mean, I only make money when people walk through the door. Well, that's because that's the way you set it up. What? Yeah. If you own a restaurant, okay, around you, do you think that there might be people who work in offices around you? In many restaurants, that might be true. If you had a restaurant that was in a downtown part of a city, or there were other industries around you where people were working, what if you created a special where people signed up for X number of dollars a month, and every Monday, their lunch would be waiting for them? You see what I just did there? I took your restaurant and I turned it into a subscription business, just like that. Okay, because that's what that is. When people would sign up, so maybe they typically would spend $25 on lunch. So you create a program where for $25 a month, they get to stop by every Monday and pick up their lunch at 11:45. It's really cool because you can actually budget your staff and everything like that. If you have 20 people on that program, then you know that 20 people are going to stop by on Monday at 11:45 to pick up their lunch, and you have those ones ready waiting for them. You might over time realize that even though you're charging them $100 a month, that only 75% of them actually show up. So you really only have to have 75% of those lunches prepared, and the rest goes directly to profit to your bottom line. How do you like me now? Okay. I'm just this is just an idea I actually came up with this morning. Okay. It's just, I got the idea from a food truck. I used to run a food truck many years ago, and we would go around to, we'd drive the food truck into a area, and people knew that the food truck would be here at 11:30, and it would be there at 11:45, and so on, and people would come out. But a smarter way to run the food truck would have been to actually have people on a subscription, and you have X number of lunches already prepared for them in advance sitting there. And you could even map it out to, on the first Monday of the month, if you had a restaurant or a food truck, you could say, this is the meal. There's 4 that they could choose from, and they get a different one each week, right? So anyways, your work labor is already predetermined. Who's picking it up is predetermined. You'll soon figure out too that a certain number show up, and not everyone does. So what you can have, you don't have to actually have in waste. So there's other ways of actually implementing that for a restaurant or a food truck. But that's just one kind of business. Okay, there's many different kinds of businesses. What if you own a product-based business and people got to walk through your door to actually buy your product? You're like, how would I turn that into a subscription? Well, subscription boxes are a really big deal. All right. And this works for wine stores, cheese stores, small grocery stores that are privately owned. This could work for a clothing boutique. It could work for gifts boutique. If you sell jerk sauce or coffee or whatever it is, we have some of those in our business model in CIBN Connect, in the businesses that are part of the network. There's some of those. This is the idea. You want to get people onto a package that they pay for month after month after month. So this is what you could do. You basically, you want to grow your email list. People join the email list. You do that as people walk through your store. You add them to your email list. And I could go on for days about how that would earn you money in those situations. OMG. And if you don't have an email list, I don't know what you're doing. Stop right now and go create one, okay? Because you should be collecting that from every customer. If you're worried about lockdowns in the current economy, if you have an email list, there's no worry. There is no worry, because you can communicate with your customers on an ongoing basis no matter what is going on around you, and you can arrange curbside pickup so much faster and easier. That's just a side note for you, okay? But when you're doing the subscription box thing, this is what you do. You create a box that is beautiful, that is different, and it has profit for you every month. And you take orders for it. People get on the subscription list for that. Let's say your box is $100 for people to be on the box. Well, you take orders until the 15th of the month, and then you start having it available for pickup or delivery by the end of the month. So the orders come in till the 15th, then that's the cutoff. No one can order that month's box after that point. You now go look in your system and you go, okay, I have 37 people that have signed up for my subscription box. Now I know I have to create 37 based off of the theme that I had said it would be. So that I got my supplies, I make up my boxes, it all gets ready for the end of the month, and you're able to determine your profit. Why is this important? Because you don't start your month the following month with $0 in the bank anymore when you have a membership-based business or a subscription-based business. This is one of the areas I've become an expert in the last 12 years, because in all the businesses that we work with, ours, the one that I run all the time, is a membership subscription-based business. So I have 12 years of expertise in this, and it's one of the areas that I help people get their membership subscription-based businesses off the ground. And if you're trying to figure out how to do that, send me a text, 403-397-1909, because I have a lot of expertise in that area. But this is how it works with a product-based business. If you have orders, 37 of them, you know that next month, those people are still on your subscription. So as you build it, now you're going to get more. So when you get up to 100, let's say your profit on a box was $30, and you have built the box that they're paying $100. 100 people taking that box every month means that you have $3,000 profit that you can bank on next month before next month happens. Hello? Are you paying attention to what I'm saying here? Do you see how a membership subscription-based business is a great way to create ongoing revenue in your business? Now, I meet many people and they'll say to me, well, Kerry, my business isn't like that, and I couldn't actually do that kind of a thing. And after we talk for a few minutes, I quickly realized that yes, you could. There is a way. You just haven't thought of it. It doesn't mean it can't be done. Doesn't mean that somebody isn't doing it somewhere. It means that you're not doing it. And that is a totally different thing than can it be done? Hello? So if you already have a business, membership, subscription-based things that could be added to your existing business, I mean, it just makes a lot of sense. If you're a coach and you've got clients that are paying you for coaching, why don't you get clients to pay you monthly forever? Why just do the 6-month program? Why do you hate yourself? Why are you trying to stop yourself from getting more money? I mean, if you have a 3-month program or a 6-month program, and I have met coaches, they have a 3-month program, they have a 6-month program, they have a course that's 3 days, okay? And you're killing yourself trying to sell all these things separately. How about you stop that? Have a membership-based business where people come in for, $97 a month, and they get access to all of that all year round in an ongoing basis. You're like, oh, well, I'd only get $97. Yeah, but what does 100 of those equal? Hello, do some math, right? What if you had 1,000 of those? What if you had $97,000 a month coming in? Is that possible? Yes. Membership subscription-based businesses work like this, and they work brilliantly for coaches. And that's one of the one group of people that I've been able to help a lot create those kinds of ongoing income. So, I mean, if you've got some kind, even a service, we have a service-based business in our organization, CIBN Connect, that is a plumber in one city, right? And they have a maintenance package that people can sign up for that's only, I don't know, it's $20 or $30 a month. But it means that they're going to do certain things for that client over the year. And they also remind them to do stuff like, in Canada, you got to shut off the water in the fall from the outside or your pipes will freeze, and that'll be thousands of dollars worth of damage. And many homeowners forget. They just forget to do it. So, and it's the plumber that ends up coming in and fixing that stuff. So they have realized that's one thing they can make sure that all their clients have shut their water off. And that's a service that they provide for them. And then they have a few other little things that they do that's a maintenance kind of stuff, and they get them on this package. Well, you see how brilliant that is? Because every other plumber that's out there is killing themselves to get their next plumbing thing done, right? They got to go out and actually physically do the work in order to get paid. But this plumber, Sunrise Plumbing, has all the regular stuff that plumbers normally do, but they also have a maintenance package, and many of their customers sign up for the ongoing fee every month. And then certain things are reminded, and they have this service thing that goes out for them. But you see, they don't start next month at zero. When they have 100 people on that, that's $3,000 a month that's coming in month after month after month. It's just revenue that's coming in. They're not starting the month at zero anymore. Another cool thing about this is if they ever decided to sell their plumbing business, the valuation of that business is much higher than one that has no programs like this. So you see, this also gives you a way out when you want to sell your business and retire. If you've got these kinds of systems set up where money comes in month after month after month. Does that make sense? Now, I've been talking to the businesses here, and I want to just pause for a second and talk to some of the people who maybe you don't have any business at all, and you're like, I wouldn't have a clue how to bring in ongoing revenue. And what would you do to bring in ongoing revenue and do it quickly? Well, I'm going to tell you a little story. Last year in December, I think it was, I had become involved with a company that was like direct sales. And it was my little side hustle, and I wasn't really planning to do anything with it at all. And then I realized that if I had a handful of shoppers, I'd make $1,000 a month residual income. And I thought, well, how would I do that quickly? Because I don't have a lot of time. I'm a very busy person. And so I spoke with the person who had showed me the opportunity. I said, how many hours would I need to actually put into this business to get to the point where I would get $1,000 a month? Now, I could have said 3,000. But at that point, I just said 1,000. Now, this is something that anyone could do because you don't have to have a business to do this kind of thing, right? You can actually join an opportunity as long as the opportunity is one that makes money. Let me say that clearly, because not all of these companies are created equal, okay? But we have encountered hundreds of them over the years. So if you'd like a list of which ones you should, consider, if you don't have anything like that in your life that's creating secondary income, text me and we'll set up a time to have a discussion about it, because we know many people who do recruitment for that, and they handhold you in those industries and help you to get it done. So I'm just going to tell you what my little experience was with it, that as I did it in December of 2020. It was 2020. So I put in about 20 hours, I think in December. It was a little bit less than that. And I did that about 13 hours the following month. And I was able to get residual income coming in. And what I wanted to do, my goal was to hit $1,000 a month in residual income. I just had some extra things that I wanted to invest in, insurances and different things. And the premiums there's 3 different things I wanted to do, and they're all about $300 each. And I wanted to have this all covered by something else, so I wouldn't have to concern myself with lowering my income. Heads up on that. Did you hear what I just said? I decided to buy something, and I figured out how to pay for it before I bought it, right? And that's what we all should do, instead of say, well, I'll just buy this extra thing here that's going to be a $300 a month cost to me, and I'm just going to take it out of my existing income. That means I have to live off of less, or I don't get to invest that money in something else. You see what I'm saying? So what if I changed the way I thought about that and went, where could I earn an extra $300 or $1,000 a month in an ongoing way that it would just keep paying and paying and paying me? That's a whole different way of thinking, isn't it? Well, I think like that all the time. If I see something I want, I'm like, how can I make that thing pay for itself? How can I get, a monthly money coming in that would cover the cost of that? Could I get monthly money from that thing itself, right? So in this particular situation, I wanted to buy the products from this company, but I wanted the money to actually go into something else that I wanted that was $1,000 a month. Well, I was easily able to hit that goal. It actually didn't take very long at all. It was like, I think it was less than 20 hours the first month, and it was even way less the next month. And I hardly did anything for the rest of the year. And even in August, I got another $2,400 gift card on top of the money that I was making from the company. I was barely doing anything. Now, I know people say, well, I tried those things. It didn't work like that for me. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, without guidance, it probably won't. It probably won't. And if you're in the wrong organization and company, money might not be there to make in the first place. But if you're in the right one and you have guidance and you apply yourself to the right activities, it will work. Now, what do I mean by that? Because some people apply themselves to activities like they're reading books, they're going to meetings, and they're doing a lot of socializing, and they're calling that work. And I'm going to tell you right now, none of that is going to create residual income for you. Okay? That's stuff that makes you feel good. When you want to excel in something like a direct sales opportunity, you're probably going to have to do things that you don't like, that you're uncomfortable with. And, it might even make you feel kind of miserable at first. But the good news is that as you get better at it, it actually really works. So for me, I like to sell. I have no problem selling, and I was told if I just had 12 customers on an ongoing basis, it would produce, and one of them did something, it would produce like about $1,000 a month. And I was like, yeah, okay, let's go get it done. So I knew what to do. And I spent my time in that less than 20 hours a month. I spent it on doing the right things. I actually talked to people about the products. I shared what the opportunity was. I followed their system, and I landed the sales, and those customers are still customers today. Products are good. The company looks after them. So that wasn't hard at all. So could you do that? Most people could do that. If you don't have any sales experience, you might suck at it at first. Heads up. It might take you more time than what it took me because you haven't had an opportunity to really grow in the personal development sector. Maybe you haven't talked to enough people to really get your speak down. But if you actually put in the times, I'm going to tell you the biggest reason people fail at this is they don't treat it like they treat their job. Are you hearing me? How many people do I know that are in some kind of a network marketing, direct sales type of thing, recruitment-based or product-based business, and this is how they treat it. They show up a little bit. They go to their job for 8 hours a day, and they give their slavery, jobbery, person that they work for all their time, all their energy. They come home and they're tired. When I say, the job is good. Okay, it's good. It keeps you from poverty, but is it going to get you to the place of wealth? If you're trying to make an additional $3,000 a month, do you have a job where you could actually go to the employer and say, hey, I'd like a raise of an additional $3,000 a month? Is that where you're going to get it? I have employees, and I'm going to tell you what, I can't give them that because it's got to come off the bottom line revenue, and your employer is the same. So you can't go to your job and just say, I want a $3,000 a month raise in order to get $3,000 a month coming in. That isn't going to work. Another thing is, even if your boss said, yes, yes, you're a great employee and I'd love to give you $3,000 a month. No problem. Let's go to HR right now and hook you up. That'd be great, right? Well, the problem is once your taxes came off, it wouldn't be a $3,000 a month raise. Hello? It actually would be probably $1,500, $1,800 a month raise. So you would not get your goal. You'd have to ask for a $5,000 a month raise to get a $3,000 a month increase, if that's your method of doing it. And because you are on the jobbery, which is like slavery, you're working for their goal and their dream, and you're not working for your own. Now, I call it jobbery because here's the thing. People think that they're free when they have these jobs. You're not free. You are held under the thumb. You think that you actually have the ability to buy a house, for example, any house you want. No, you don't. You are excluded from certain communities in your city because you can't afford to be behind those high gated homes. Hello? You are still like the slaves of the past. You are told what area of the city to live in. You're told what kind of a car you can drive. And you're told those things by the level of income that you are allowed to make at the job that you have. If you want to overcome that system, you have to look outside of the system. You have to look at self-employment. You need to grow your business or have a business. So if you do join something like a direct marketing company on the side as a side hustle while you are working your job, you need to treat that thing with respect. If you gave your employer, who just wants to keep you in that position in your jobbery for the rest of your life, 8 hours of your day, how much are you going to give to yourself? Most people I know actually they'll have this side hustle thing and they try to do like 2 hours a week, 5 hours a week. That's pathetic. What are you thinking? If you tried to go to your job and give your employer 5 hours a week, he'd fire your butt right out of there. Wouldn't he? And as you should. So why wouldn't you work for yourself like that? And I see that all the time. People like, well, I tried that network marketing thing and it didn't work. And it's a pyramid scheme. Okay, the biggest pyramid schemes are companies. They're organizations like Walmart. Okay, there's only one family on the top that goes down like that. That is some ridiculousness talk of broke people. All right. If that's your way out, if you don't have a lot of skills, okay, then that's actually not a bad idea. A direct marketing company, direct sales company, not a bad idea because it doesn't cost you much to get started. There's help usually there, people who will mentor you and take you by the hand. The only thing that would hold you back is you. That's all. You. Are you willing to put in the hours? If you are, you could really turn that into something. And there's lots of those opportunities out there. And you can literally pick. You can go, well, I like health and wellness, so I want to focus on products that are health and wellness. Lots of great health and wellness companies. You could say, well, I like technology. Well, there's technology companies that do that. These are things that you could actually do, and anyone could do it. And you say, well, I don't know how to sell. Okay, fine. Most people don't when they start. Get over it. And start to learn. It's just practice. It's all that you do. When I start working with somebody in any level, whatever it is, if they have a big business or somebody just trying to get off the ground, usually I refer those people to others because I don't have time to handhold and mentor them if they're just getting started and they really don't have any business ideas. So I have some really great people that surround me in my life that I would just take that person by the hand and connect them to somebody else that's going to work with them and get them on the path to making more income. That's an easy way to get them moving forward. But if they have a business already, that's the ones that I work with personally. I work particularly with people who, anybody with a business can join CIBN. Okay, my company is thecibn.com. You go there, you can buy a membership and you can start working with other members and start growing your business and getting clients and raising your revenue just by going to the website and becoming a member. If the portal is open, it's not always open, but if it's open, you could do that. So that's one way to start increasing revenue right away. But if you don't have any opportunity outside of the job that you have, again, send me a text, 403-397-1909. I'll hook you up with somebody. I'll refer someone. I'll ask you a few questions about the kinds of things that you love, and we'll connect you to the person who would be a great mentor for you, who would actually take you by the hand and help you to get there. So those are some other ideas. Man, I got more. I could go on for days because there is just so many ways to make money in this world that we live in right now. And most people don't even think about that. All they think about is the grind that they're in, getting up every day, going to do the same thing that they did yesterday, coming home, making dinner for the family, relaxing a little bit, having a good night's sleep, doing it all over again. But if you do the same things over and over and over, you're going to get the same results. And if you want to make another $300 or $3,000 a month, month after month after month, you're going to have to do something different. And you know what? It might not be comfortable. It might actually feel kind of icky. I had somebody tell me the other day, I only do things that make me feel good. Well, I don't know. Being broke doesn't feel good. Why are you doing that? Really? Well, I only want to do things that just fill my soul. Well, why do you go to a job then? Hello? Awesome times you may not be enjoying what you're doing on the job, but you're saying the other things that you want to do, they have to somehow hit your hot buttons. I'm going to tell you something about business. Okay? Business doesn't always feel good. That's true. And you shouldn't run a business based off your feeling, right? Because if you run a business based off your feelings, you're going to be motivated to make stupid decisions. Hello? And I can speak to that because over the years, I've made some stupid decisions. Usually because I felt that this was the way to go. Feelings shouldn't dictate to us what we need to do, okay? It's not comfortable to get off the couch and do extra. It is not comfortable to change the model of your business to add a subscription or a membership-based modeling to it. It's not. It's a little bit out of the box. It's uncomfortable. Okay. If you own a store and you're thinking about how to create a product box, that too, it's not comfortable. It's different. You've never done it before. If you decide, I'm going to join, a side hustle to make some money, that's not going to be comfortable. At first, it's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to tell your friend about your side hustle, and they are probably going to diss you. They're going to put you down, tell you that you can't do it. Okay. And it's not going to feel good. It takes time for the feel good to come in, because when you do what I just did this last month and you raise revenue by $3,000 because you knew the steps to take and you actually got it done, that's when you got to feel good. I got to tell you, yesterday I felt real good. I was dancing around the house going, yep, did it. In 1 week. Yep. Yahoo. That was the goal. Hit the goal. I was feeling good. When I was looking at the revenue being down and realized I needed to do something, I was a place of discomfort. Didn't like it. Would have preferred not to. You see, we all go through that. Doesn't matter what's going on. So you got to overcome your feelings. And that is probably one of the biggest pieces of advice I could give you in any way to increase your income, is when that little voice comes in that is negative, that tries to tell you that you can't do it or you shouldn't do it or you don't have the time to do it. You got to tell that thing, shut up, get out of my life, because I need to make a change in order for change to happen. Hello? So if you want to increase your revenue by $3,000 a month and you don't have a clue how to do it, send me a text, 403-397-1909. It's there in the information for you. I see that I have some fans watching me today, and I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. That's brand new members, CIBN. Woohoo! So glad that you're here. And I see Shazad is here as well. Thank you so much. And you know what? We love our members. We love the people that we're able to assist at CIBN Connect. And you can find us at thecibn.com. That's where you find my website. Another thing is I have a lot of YouTube videos that have how-tos on how to make more money. I have a lot of videos on how to increase your social media and get business coming in through social media. And you find it at CIBN TV on YouTube. So that's what you search in the search window, CIBN TV. And I think if you're looking for social media help, you definitely want to go to the social media playlist. And there's lots of great help there for you right now. And it's free. Just do me a favor and subscribe while you're there. Love to get those subscriptions up. And by the way, that's another whole conversation I could have had about how to make your YouTube channel give you $3,000 a month, because that also can be done. And I could also talk about affiliates. Oh my God, how you could get $3,000 a month coming in as an affiliate, even for CIBN. Never mind all of the affiliate programs that are out there. So there's all kinds of opportunities. You just have to be ready and willing to look into them. And if you don't have any ideas of where you can make this happen, send me a text, 403-397-1909. Talk to you later. I'm Kerry George. I'm with CIBN TV on YouTube and thecibn.com. is our name of our website. Happy capitalism. Have a great day.